Hello, don't know what's going on there. Yeah, and what's going on. Welcome to the Christmas show. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hello, Merry Christmas. It's good to hear from you. So, I don't know what's going on, but the internet is working to hear. My videos. There's some more talking what happened in the Mandalorian because on Saturday and I wasn't allowed to mention it. I wasn't any names. I wasn't allowed to mention the end of the Mandalorian. So I will let my friends know on the episode for Boxing Day. I'm the Mandalorian on the show. So my advice now is I would not tune in. Yes, no. So I will be on Mandalorian. I think a lot of people will be made this so interesting. I'm still saying I don't know what's going on with the internet. I may have to reboot everything, and I may have to reboot everything actually. And I'm just checking to see if I'm coming through on YouTube. Yes, I am. So that's good. And I've lost a subscriber. I always seem to lose because I've been very busy recently, so I've not been able to put a lot of stuff up. So let me go back to StreamYard. Here we go. Oh, here I am. So the Mando was on Friday. I watched it Friday. Wow, my God, what an episode! It's I have to say, The Mandalorian is definitely the gold star entertainment science fiction series. The Mandalorian is definitely the best thing out there. I mean, last few weeks at Mandalorian, I've only seen like the episodes once or twice. I'm actually gonna sit through both seasons over Christmas, and I'm gonna get the full feel of it. I mean, but what they did on Friday, I mean, it's been an amazing build-up from Ahsoka Tano to Boba Fett, or Fat Fett as they're calling him now. So Boba Fett, and my God, guess who we saw on Friday? You're just not going to believe who we saw. First, well, like the episode, I mean, it's very female. The cast, wasn't it? Incredible female warriors. Katie Sackhoff, Ming-Na, the wrestling woman. I forgot Gianna Nakala. I forgot her name. I mean, my God, what a thing that was. So he had his team of chicks and the Mando, and they went off to find Moff Gideon. Do you remember last week's episode when he said, I'm looking for you, man, and I'm gonna come. You've took what's mine. So right, let's have a look. Right. Osman, Merry Christmas, bud. I hope you're safe. Mandalorian is the best Star Wars in over 30 years. Mate, did you see it on Friday? Just some guy. Hello, bud. How are you? How's the world of conspiracies and microchips and the rest of it? I'm looking forward to your weekly input on this so we can debate it. Yeah, we're in tier 4 in the UK, where I live in London. We've gone to tier 4. This is it, I suppose. We live in a dictatorship now in the UK. We're actually in a dictatorship. Good God, we're not even allowed to leave our local area, because of our idiot prime minister. So here we are, tier 4. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Yes, the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I think I have been phrasing it. There's probably a lot of people on the internet now because we're not allowed to leave the house. But honestly, we're in tier 4. I mean, he only made that up on Friday. I mean, oh, go spend Christmas with your family. Go fucking have a party and get them all round and infect each other. We've made an agreement with it, you know, the corona, and it's going to take 5 days off, so we get Christmas. This is all we got from our idiot prime minister, and then guess what? Just at the last fucking minute, I've decided to invent tier 4, right? Just out of my ass, and you've all got to fucking stay, and Christmas is banned. You know, so that's where we are now. So anyway, that's my morning done on it. We're out of it. It just came from nowhere. Wasn't happy about this. It's fucked up everything in my life. It's probably fucked up everything in other people's lives. You know, and just being annoying. But that's it. I've moaned about the COVID and the government. That's it. I'm not going to go on about. I've adapted. Life goes on. We'll get through this. It'll all be positive. Roll on spring. That's all I'm going to say. Just some guy. I'm going to try and keep it chilled out day, buddy. I'm all ears on the Mandalorian while I eat my dinner. Oh, fucking hell, man. Did you watch it? Do you know, I fell out with Star Wars, right? I really did fall out with Star Wars. And I did. I fell out totally, utterly, you know, after the last 3 disastrous movies. And that's it. It's better. I fell out with last 3 movies, right? And then the Mando came and it saved everything. I have now fallen back in love with Star Wars. Do you know? Because I watched Star Trek Discovery, right? And it was absolute. Well, it was all right. I mean, what they did with Guardian of Forever. Hi, I'm Carl. And then suddenly they used the voice from the 60s series. The Guardian of Forever. I mean, it was all right, but it wasn't the Mando, was it? Yeah, you are on super lockdown. Yeah, it does, bud. It sucks big time. Big time. Mike Bear, the Mandalorian. Oh, mate, we haven't even touched on this, buddy. We haven't touched on it. I'm sort of building up. I mean, first week we got Ahsoka Tano. I was the edge of my seat. I couldn't believe it. I thought, are you kidding? That's there. You know, when she appeared at the beginning of that episode, I thought, my God, it's Ahsoka Tano. And then we got Boba Fett last week. And then this week, I didn't think they'd do it. I heard rumors, but I didn't think they'd do it. You know, fucking Luke Skywalker. Did you see when the X-Wing sort of floated in? Did you see? Because they were fighting against the super Sith-like robots got out, didn't they? And they were marching on inside that Star Destroyer. They were all holding it off. Took the ship, and Moff Gideon, who were going to, did you see when they were going to blow his brains out and they shot the gun out of his hand? And that would, I mean, they weren't going to stand a chance. I mean, Mando were getting his ass kicked by these robots as well, weren't they? And you see when it kept punching his helmet, it were punching his helmet all the time, right? And it was just crazy. And then suddenly this X-Wing sort of turns up, doesn't it? You remember that shot of that X-Wing? The X-Wing, it sort of came in, didn't it? And I thought, no. I thought, is that Ahsoka Tano? Then he got out. And then he started walking down corridor and he's just started slaughtering them robots, didn't he? Slaughtered them. And then, because the lightsaber, first couple of shots, it was like a white blades. And we saw it back at Cape. And I'm thinking, no, it can't. Is it her? And then the lightsaber turned green. It turned fucking green. And it was Luke Skywalker, man. I was like edge of my seat. Like, my God, it's Luke Skywalker. And I sat there, right? I sat there and I thought, is this for real? And how powerful he was. I walked through them Sith troopers like they were nothing. Do you know what I mean? They were just nothing. Hang on. Right. Two things I'll say on this tier for Malaki. This was deliberately predicted for Christmas. Yeah, I agree with that, bud. For Christmas, great spirit of the masses, it's rolled up sleeve to look at the Klaus Schwab, the Great Reset. Well, that sounds entertaining, and no doubt we will. If you want to discuss the Great Reset, we can go there. But yeah, mutant strains of viruses. We could be like living in the living dead. You know, the Walking Dead, it could be like that here in London. The zombies everywhere. Hello there, Copeland buddy. Merry fucking Christmas to you as well. So hello, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's going to be shit. And we're going to have a good fucking time. Anyway, back to the Mandalorian. My God, man. Sorry, I watched it. I've watched it again. I was so at the edge of my seat with the Mando. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Osman. Hi, Mike. How are you? I hope you're okay. I hope you guys are all safe. Anyway, I went to a bit of a do on Saturday. Actually, we're all social distancing, and I don't really drink, but I drank for the first time in about 6 months, and I was pretty hammered actually. And then when I saw it later on yesterday, I didn't know about this tier 4 shit till I got home. And when I sort of like when I put it all on, this tier 4 thing were like going on, and I thought, what's going on? And then last night it were food stoppages. I thought at least I've got enough stuff to keep myself going for next month. You know, bloody hell, I feel like I'm living in a bunker. You know, right? How dare? How about the twist? Oh yes, yeah. Is he? Yeah, that's a great question, Osman. Because right. He didn't want it, did he? He did not want the dark saber, and he gave it to her. And that Moff Gideon were laughing, right? And he said, "We just take it. I don't want it, you know." And he said she can't take it. She's got to fight you for it, even though she's hungry for it. She has to fight you for that. So you can't just give it to her. It's the law of it's the way of them. Is the That is the way, I suppose. I know it's cheesy that one, but that's the way it is, isn't it? So is he now, as the Mando, become the leader of the Mandalorian people? Is he the great leader now? You know, to take their homeworld back. Has he now been thrust into a series of events that through this dark saber that he's going to be the one that's going to liberate his own world? Because the Mandalorians, after Fall of Mandalore, they're all tribes now, aren't they? With different like sort of versions of what they follow. He follows the old ways, doesn't he, of the Mandalore? And then I think Katie Sackhoff's their type. They're more like your more modern Mandalorians, you know. And it's sort of really interesting, isn't it? For this is the way. I've got to say it again. And can you imagine Boris Johnson saying this? For this is the way. And yeah, so is he now the leader of the Mandos? You know, I don't know. And who's do you know who I think's on Mandalore from? I think Thrawn is on Mandalore. I bet he's ruling the place. I've not managed to watch any Mando as of yet. I've seen the guy behind the mask. I've been watching Wolf Creek. Oh, I've heard a lot about that. Yeah, and Raised with Wolves as well. I've got about 10 TV series on the list now, which I've got the time to watch now. I've been watching Wolf Creek, so it should be watched after the movies. Right then. I tried watching that thing, you know, where they're on a train and they're all starving, but this train's going through like the Arctic regions in future. And I saw a film with Chris Evans, it was terrible. You know, I forgot Summit Express, they're all on this train, they're all starving. I gave up with that, I just switched it off. I couldn't be bothered with it. I watched the TVs, I watched it on Netflix, and I thought, this is terrible. I just haven't got time for it. Sorry for the spoilers, just some guys. Well, I thought you'd seen it. Right, you know, but I mean, I have left it 3-4 days. It's been 3 days since Mando were on, so I think I can talk about it now. You know, but I did say to a friend of mine, don't play this stream until you've watched it. You know, so I have. If anybody you don't want spoilers, turn off now. Right. I just knew it could not be Ezra Bridges to show up. Ahsoka's still looking for him, isn't she? Yeah. Because that's the end of Osman. That's the end of Rebels, isn't it? Hi, Osman. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, that's the end of Rebels. Do you remember with that creature thing where it took him and Thrawn off into hyperspace somewhere? You know. So I mean, all that's got to be answered. So she's looking for him, isn't she? But she's after Thrawn as well. But I think Moff Gideon serves Thrawn. I think Thrawn's about. I mean, this is a few years later as well. So are they going to bring it? Oh, is Ezra Bridger going to be in next series then? You know, but Luke Skywalker. What about Baby Yoda? I don't Grigor. You know, what about Baby Yoda? Yoda, Baby Yoda. What about him? How nearly says man? You know, I'm going to buy Baby Yoda actually. I'm thinking about getting the hot toys one. You know, I am because they're so bloody cute, isn't it? You know, Disney spent millions on them shitty porgs. Remember them porgs? And nobody did their own, look, they're all cute and good. And then Baby Yoda came into it, and my God, even men are going, oh, so bloody cute, and I want a Baby Yoda. You know, he didn't want to leave Mando, but Luke Skywalker stood there. He said he wants your. But you say, well, Luke Skywalker said he wants your permission. But it was so cool, wasn't it, Luke Skywalker? He walked in there, he just massacred the lot of them. And he just stood there. I used to feel so good. Now that, for me, right, after that film we got, the last, what were it, the Last Jedi, whatever. I mean, I'm in two minds about that movie. It's a love-hate relationship with it. But I would have rather that we hadn't have had them 3 movies, right? We didn't say we didn't get them 3 movies, right? Force Awakens, say all that got. So I went back in time and wiped that from reality, right? And what if they just started with the Mando? Do you know what I mean? Them slowly bring the characters into the Mando, start expanding the Star Wars universe. Star Wars now has great potential to expand way beyond the films. And I mean, I'd like a Han Solo series. I think that'd be awesome. You know, getting a Solo series. You know, but when I saw Luke Skywalker, I wanted to go with him because I wanted to know what happens with Luke in his life. You know. Oh, that's interesting. Fine, thanks. I was still hyped over the Mandalorian final. You are. I'm watching it today, but watching it again. Osman. Yes, Din Djarin is the leader of Mandalore. He is the Mandalore. Yeah, well, that's it. I think he didn't want it, but I think they're all going to go flocking to his side. Yeah, he will be the one. I think he's going to be the one to unify Mandalorian race. But I think Thrawn, I bet he was the one that wiped out Mandalore because they said it turned to glass. So obviously they nuked the planet. So it would a mess anyway in Rebels, wasn't it? And Clone Wars, you know, Mandalore. I mean, it was falling. They ruined their own planet anyway with all wars they were having because they were always warring with each other. If they weren't warring with other people, they were all kicking off at each other, weren't they? I think the Frog Leaders, yeah, a cooking show. After what did you think to the females? I mean, they were awesome, weren't they? You know, the ladies, they were fantastic, weren't they? They kicked ass all the way through. That had great. Did you know one of the producers, Coco? Did you know that one of the producers, let's slip that there, 2 productions next year for The Mandalorian, the book of Boba Fett. So it looks like season 3 will not be a new book in that show. Interesting. I want a Luke Skywalker series now. I want a Luke Skywalker series. I want a Luke series, you know. So I guess 3 Star Wars show now, Boba Fett and Ahsoka were obvious. You know, Ahsoka was absolutely obvious. You know, Ahsoka. Yeah, definitely. I wonder how it plays out if Baby Yoda went with Luke. Ben Solo killed all the Jedi at Luke's new Jedi school. Yeah, well, that's about 20 years away, is all that, because Palpatine's starting to. They're building they're building First Order now, aren't they? You know, in the unknown regions. This is what I mean. There is a lot there that could be used. Even with the stuff from the 3 movies, you take the best bits of them out. You can put it in as like early chapters in the story. But I just love the Mandalore. It's amazing. We're 20 minutes into the show. We haven't once talked about Star Trek Discovery. And it's amazing we've not mentioned it. Man, I think in the movie's got away, hopefully. Yeah, definitely. Mando movie proper star of the Millennium Falcon could even throw time travel into it and end up at Jabba's palace and a return for the relate. Jeremy Bullock. Hang on, let's have a can of Monster. Right, got the sacred glass out. This got to be done, and this has to be done. This has to be done. Right. Right, this has to be done. I'm going to do this to Jeremy Bullock. You were a star, mate. R.I.P. You will be so missed. To me, you were Boba Fett. I thought this is the way. So, right, let's have a look. The Mando movie, proper starring the military. Oh, yeah, done that. Just some guy. Crazy how Jezza Bullock went a mere week or two after David. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, it is pretty weird. That look, mate, we've had a weird couple of years. I think we've lost so many, haven't we, over the last couple of years? You know, everybody we grew up with, they've all gone because we're getting old. Old. This show treated Luke Skywalker right, not that crap. And I agree, but what they did to him were despicable. Yeah, but Mark Hamill spoke out about it. He didn't like it, what they'd done to his character. He said he knew Luke Skywalker. You know, he knew the character so well, you know, and he knew the character so well of Luke Skywalker. And he didn't want this. Luke was always that thing of hope, wasn't he? Even though he was conflicted like his father, he was hope, wasn't he? You know, for a positive future. And they took that away from me. You know, when Luke Skywalker in Last Jedi, when he's put in front of the Emperor to be judged and he fights his father Vader and defeats him, and the dark side's in it, it's like he's battling it out, and he just throws the lightsaber on the floor and says, "No, you're not going to turn me evil. I'm a Jedi Knight. You know, you're not going to do what you did to my father, you know, because I know what you're about, Palpatine. You just use and dispose people and manipulate them for your own ends." And he just threw lightsaber on the floor, didn't he, and stood there. You know, and that was it. That was it, wasn't it? And he was zapping it with electricity. And he brought Vader back. That was the power, wasn't it? He brought Vader back. That's how he inspired it. He brought Vader back to the light, didn't he? You know, because Vader's, I mean, if you watch the comics, if you read the Vader comics and that, Vader's a really tragic character. He got used by so many people in the beginning. The Jedi never really trusted him, but I think it'd have been better with them. Palpatine manipulated him from day one. And you know, if you read the comics, the Vader solo series, my God, it's incredible. Palpatine treats him like shit. He does. I love Palpatine, but he's pure evil. Osman, cheers. No, I agree with you, buddy. I agree. Yeah, cheers. No, yeah, no, and of course to David Prowse. We're losing them, guys. We're losing the legends, you know. Right. So I've nearly wellied up after that toast, mate. Honestly, how I felt. You know, I mean, it's just been a shit year, and we've lost some classics in our lives, haven't we? I mean, fucking Jeremy Bullock, man. You know, the true Boba Fett, you know. You know who's next? We've lost Princess Leia. I mean, we've lost so many of them, haven't we? You know, I'm just fed up of it. You know, but you know, I see the Mando's a tribute this week to Jeremy Bullock. You know, and especially last week with Boba Fett as well. Oh, excuse me. But I mean that with all my heart. Do you know what I mean? I think Star Wars can be saved, guys. I really do think Star Wars can be saved. Osman, Mark Hamill said that he fundamentally disagreed with what Ryan Johnson did with the character of Luke. Shame, what a waste of an opportunity. I know, I agree. Because Luke would not sit on a planet for 30 years feeling sorry for himself. Do you know what I mean? And he would have saved Kylo Ren. He would have done. You know, because you know, if Kylo like done. I mean, I did like sort of like Kylo Ren, but I mean, even his character, they just wasted it, didn't they? I like the scene with Han Solo. You remember when Han Solo turned up on top of that the old Death Star, and he said, "Look, you know, son, you know, it's like a memory of the girl. It's like the Force had created his Han Solo, you know, to push him over that through his mother and all that." I love all that stuff, you know, because it's pretty profound and deep, isn't it? And that's what you want. But they ended up. I mean, when the battle Palpatine, it were all a bit. He was just pointless having him there because he just got thrown down a pit, didn't he? And he died. You know, and I just found after two movies of him running around with crap lightsaber, just a waste of time. You know, a total utter waste of time. That's for me. That's what I found. It just wasn't right. You know, so I really don't know now. But with the Mando, I think that Star Wars has been saved. I think there's so much potential there now that I mean we could get a Luke Skywalker series from this now. You know about like wherever he took Baby Yoda to with other because there's obviously there's other Jedi's that are out there, you know, and you could have a couple of Jedi Masters who survived the Purge of '66. This week I'm going to watch the final season of Clone Wars. I've got it on Disney Plus. I've not seen season 7 yet. I need to watch that now, and then after I've cleared that, I'm gonna watch both seasons of the Mando. You know, SX production. Merry Christmas, buddy. How are you? Yeah, I've just come on. This is a 30-minute stream today. So I've come on for about 30, 40 minutes because I've got time to fill this in. And yeah, very happy. But Merry Christmas, buddy. Merry Christmas to you all. Look, guys, I hope, you know, this fucking thing we're living in at the moment, you know, I hope by spring we're all out of this, you know. Because I think a lot of us now want us lives back, don't we? You know. Mike Bear, they didn't have a cozy plan for the last trilogy. They just seemed to go in different directions with every sequel. Mike, I agree. I think you're right because do you remember the second one? The Force Awakens was just a rip off of New Hope, wasn't it? Force Awakens. They were just a complete rip off of the new. I mean, it was all right. I didn't mind it and all that. I enjoyed it, you know. But the second one, like the second one really gnaws at me. You know, the second film, it really, it just grates me so much. The second film, I can't stand that movie because they ended up messing it all up, didn't they? You know, so the third one, it like, well, you got that. I mean, look, I would all up for Emperor coming back, but I would have preferred him like coming back in a better way. It was just like just put him in there just to get. Let's put the Emperor in. It's like that expression: if we build it, they'll come. No, they won't come. They won't come. Just because you build it, don't mean they're all going to come, does it? So, like, you know, when he, you know, like Kathleen Kennedy, rest of them, right? Oh, let and round that Ryan, what is it, Ryan Johnson, whatever his name. Let's go put the Emperor in, and then they'll all queue up and pay 20 quid to come and see it. And it didn't work that way, did it? I mean, it just didn't. I mean, it wasn't a bad film. I mean, I'd got. I mean, all right, there were scenes of horses riding on top of Star Destroyer. I mean, that was just fucking ridiculous. And them Star Destroyers would know how to leave that planet. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going off. I'm going off tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Right. My bad. Yeah, no, they didn't have a plan, did they? Didn't have a clue, did they? Oh, season 7 Clone Wars is summed up in the last 4. Oh, really? Cheers for that, buddy. I'm going to start on that today after this stream. I hope so too, but yeah, as do I, mate. I hope, you know, I want my fucking life back. You know, yeah, you know, I do, and I know everybody's in the same position. We all want. I mean, just. And now we've got mutant super strains of it running about now. We're all going to become fucking zombies or whatever. You know. I might watch I Am Legend tonight, actually. You know, I Am Legend. I might watch that tonight. Did you notice that during the investors meeting they did not mention Ryan Johnson? Yes. I watched a couple of reviewers on that. Yeah, I saw some of that. Yeah. I've heard that they want to erase them 3 movies from timeline now as well. You know, they want to undo that. You know, they want to undo it. You Pete? Yeah, I'm halfway through your messages and I will respond to you. You told me that you didn't watch, you haven't seen the last episodes of Stargate Atlantis. You've got to watch them, mate, because you need to rant about it, and I'm waiting. Yes, I've heard what you said about Friday's Discovery. I'm just playing. I'm about a third way through the messages now, so just give me a bit of time. I've been out and about, and So I'm just getting back to people today. I've had a lot of phone calls. I haven't got back to. I've only just started texting people a day. Late, but here, right then. Right, go off, Martin. The last Star Wars trilogy, but at times I don't. Yeah, you war, wasn't it? I mean, it would have fuck up, wasn't it? It was like a hodgepodge of it. How do you say it? Were like it was like a tray of buns, wasn't it? And you got the shit buns at the bottom, then you got like the not bad buns in the middle, and then you got the nice ones, and then it just got worse as you took each like bun out and you were eating it. It just got worse than it. By the time you got to the third one, it was like like spitting it out of your mouth. Well, second one actually. It's like having a cake in it with fuck all in it. You've got this great cover, haven't you? And then you bust the cake and it deflates. But there's a bit in there when it is quite edible, It wastes of fucking time, honestly. The second Star Wars was a fucking disaster. It's amazing how suddenly everybody's got a whole new respect for the fucking prequels, isn't it? But sorry for going off on one. We all want our life back. Fucking yeah. Yeah. Has anybody started watching The Expanse yet? I've not seen it yet. I know the first 3 episodes that well, when I watched The Expanse, I binge watched, the whole lot of it together. The Expanse, and I don't really want to sit through 3 episodes because it would just piss me off. Osman, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. What's this? Teenage Minja. I nearly said teenage Minja COVID. Then I did Minja COVID. Oh God, Minja COVID. Right. Teenage Mutant Ninja COVID. Yeah, fucking right. I'm telling you, Claude, I'm thinking about watching I Am Legend tonight. Actually, I'm thinking about putting it on. I might watch Amiga Man as well. I might just throw myself into a load of pandemic movies over Christmas. I might watch the Andromeda Strain tomorrow. Oh God. They won't do the sequel trilogy, but they can write around it. I know. Well, I'd rather fucking have it all undone, to be honest. But you're right, they can't undo it because it's canon, isn't it? But have you noticed though? You remember Expanded Universe before all this? When Chewbacca got killed and all. You remember all the books from Thrawn and Heir to the Empire and all that? It's amazing how much they've nicked. For when they erased the Expanded Universe from the original trilogy, it's amazing how they've nicked so much from them. They've like Admiral Thrawn came from expanded trilogies. Expanded universe. They've nicked the cloning with the Emperor. They nicked that from there. They should have kept expanded universe. I'd rather have just filmed fucking expanded universe. I thought Disney Star Wars fan fiction pish, but The Mandalorian did a good job. He fucking did, didn't he? The Mandalorian, right, was amazing. He really was. He was amazing with the Mando. Did you see Luke Skywalker? I mean, fucking hell. He just walked in with that fucking lightsaber and he just did a lot of them. It was amazing, wasn't it? Absolutely amazing. What a weekend. And do you know what really sickens me off? There's no more Mando this week. And we're still, oh God, we've got Doctor Who to come. Oh, Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I mean, wait till you. Oh. Well, who's watching it? I mean, they're gonna mess it up, Doctor Who, don't you? You know they're gonna mess Doctor Who up. You know they are. They're gonna fuck it up, Doctor Who. They are. Doctor Who, man. I know the MCU with WandaVision. I cannot wait for that, Osman. I'm looking really forward to that. I like the trailer for Bucky and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm looking forward to this, even though they should have been released a while ago. I've heard about Wonder Woman. It's up and down, But yeah, definitely One Division. I'm looking at that. Will be getting watched. Actually, we'll talk about that when it comes out. But it's on weekly, isn't it? Uh, Omega Man, give it a watch. I love it. I'm going to watch it. I'm thinking I might have a pandemic week on movies actually this week. It's bloody Christmas and watching the worst of it. Expanded. I agree. No, and they have nicked so much on the Pete from Expanded Universe. They have fucking nicked so much from Expanded Universe, haven't they? They've just took so much. We all want to see Luke go off with a lightsaber, definitely, yeah. I mean, what a great way. I mean, when they brought him back, what did you think to CGI? It would a bit plastic, wasn't it, CGI? But you didn't care about that. Well, Luke fucking Skywalker. I mean, Luke fucking Skywalker. I mean, he were there with lightsaber, and it didn't matter. You were at the edge of your seat. I mean, I thought to my mate on phone, he were crying his eyes out. And he's my age, crying his fucking eyes out. That is how much we are connected to these franchises, what they're now destroying. Doctor Who, they fucking murdered it, haven't they, Doctor Who? They've just murdered it. And then Star Trek Discovery, don't get me started on this series. I mean, do you know, even with fucking Mirror Universe back again, I was bored stiff. There's no impact with the Mirrorverse anymore. And then they brought the Portal of Forever in, the Guardian of Forever. And Carl sat on his deck chair in the snow. I mean, you couldn't make it up. Do you know what I mean? Again, another fucking... Oh, please don't destroy Star Trek. Please, Yes, Luke Skywalker. That's how the film should have been done without Wonder. No, I agree. I mean, all right, Ray. Won't she were moaning on she can't get a job in movies now because she's stereotyped. Well, nobody asked you to do Star Wars, did the Daisy? Who loved the Marvel trailers, One Division, Winter Soldier, and Loki looked fucking great, doesn't it? Loki looks cool, and that's the one I'm really looking forward to is Loki. What survivors over Christmas? Of course, 70s. Got to the 70s version is like a nice wine in the cellar. Like the Mando's like a nice top bottle of champagne, and then Star Trek Discovery, it's like a bottle. It's like a cheap kind of stout lager beer, isn't it? Is Mandalorian set 25 years before Force Awakens? Yeah, it said, I think so, yeah. It's set a few years before. Does anybody know? It's Mandalorian, it's after Jakku, isn't it, Mandalorian? It is, yeah. But what's left, when Empire fell, it went into factions. There were like warlords over territories, and the Rebel Alliance set them all off against each other and then mopped it up. But the big battle was at Jakku. That were all part of Operation Cinder, with what the Emperor set into motion. Star Wars Battlefront played the game, awful game, complete rip off at the time. I mean, they tried ripping everybody off on that, didn't they? Star Wars Battlefront, they did, didn't they? Took the piss with that. Just some guys, but he said, well, it's set, but it's because I think they're in the 20s. I think, well, Ray might be born by then. I don't know. I'm okay with CGI look. No, well, that's what I'm saying. It didn't bother me. I mean, it didn't bother me. Because some people moaned about it, saying, "Oh, well, you see what it looked like." But no, it wasn't about that. It was the fucking spirit of Luke Skywalker. When that green lightsaber went up, it was fucking Luke Skywalker. You knew. Do you see when you saw that lightsaber? It was Luke fucking Skywalker. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this is how passionate I am about the Mando. Why can't we get more TV like that? Why can't we get more like that? I mean, Star Trek Discovery is just fucking lovely in Star Trek at the moment. Don't get me started on Picard. I mean, what they did to that. I mean, first 7 episodes were all right, and then it went right up its own ass. Do you know what I mean? And Picard become a Cylon at the end of it. I just, fuck off, please. Right. 5 years after Return of the Jedi, however that works in the timeline. Fine. Right then, okay. No, it does. It does because what happens after Jedi? You know, where do we go the next day from the Battle of Endor? Because there's Coruscant to take and all that, ain't there? I mean, it's massive, isn't it? And there's all that could go into. And these Imperial remnants that are left fighting for survival, you know. Uh, if they'd done that in the films, I'd pay for it. Luke Skywalker's. It was Pete. I don't care about CGI. I thought it looked good. You know, I think the Mandalorian is pure quality. Do you know what I mean? Again, we've done 45 minutes on Mandalorian alone. And we mentioned Star Trek Discovery. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking moving away from that each week now. You know, we're 10 episodes and we don't even know what the fucking burn is yet. You know, it's like, oh God, I can't do with Mickey Burnham. You know, that Mike Burnham, I can't do with her character. It's like she gets on my nerves. You know. Mike Bet agreed. If CGI was epic, fans been waiting too long for that moment. You know, because Dave Filoni, right? He knows, right? He knows. Do you know what I mean? He knows. He does. He knows what the fans want. And the other fella, the director guy, I forgot. He played Happy in Iron Man. Forgot his name. But they both know what the people want. Because that Kathleen Kennedy should have sacked her. She's still in there, you know. You know, she's still in there. They just get rid of her. I'm sure Daisy Ridley is good, but Ray was a non-character. I think Daisy Ridley's wonderful. I bet she's lovely. You know, but but I just Ray never sort of did it for me. You know what I mean? And Finn were okay, you know, but just that. I mean, maybe 10 years down the line, them three films might be respected. Look at the prick, right? I mean, like now, you'll probably shoot me down for this, right? But look at the prequels, right? Everybody hated the prequels, didn't they? Except the third one. You know, Phantom Menace and all that. Everybody hated it. Oh, that was shit. It won't start. Do you remember all that? Suddenly, 25 years on, everybody fucking loves it, don't they? Because all the stuff that's gone around it. Because when they made the Clone Wars cartoon series, suddenly them three films made more sense because you were building an expanded universe around the three movies. And I think the only way to save the last three movies is probably starting to build a universe around it. I mean, the best Star Wars film I've seen, apart from the original three, is Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was superb. Do you know what I mean? Rogue One was a fucking masterpiece. Just some guy, I've Googled it. Mandalorian set for all right after Return of Jedi. So it's quite. We're in the pre-Republic and the so Battle of Jakku hasn't happened yet. Then I don't think that must be a couple of years away. Not Battle of Jakku. So the Emperor's on Exegol, and the First Order has been built in the First Order is starting to be built now in the unknown regions. I mean, that's somewhere we could go, you know, like with the First Order. Do you know what I mean? But Doctor Who, I know, I'm sorry, I apologise, but it has to be mentioned. What's your thoughts on it, the new episode? New Year's Day. Do you think they're going to mess it up? Right. I've just googled it. Yep, it is. Yeah, I thought it would have to. I knew it. I thought it's before Jakku then, because Jakku's where Empire got wiped out mostly. I was very happy to see Luke Skywalker, the new films that had abortions. But Pete, listen to me, right? And you can shoot me down for this. Like, do you remember the prequels, bud? Do you remember the prequels? Everybody thought they were terrible, didn't they, prequels? I mean, I like the third one, you know, with the Emperor. But then the Clone Wars cartoon series came, and 7 seasons expanded on the history around them 3 movies, and suddenly them 3 movies become more acceptable. They make more sense. There's like it's like a tree growing, branches connect, and suddenly I like the prequels now. What I'm saying is, maybe if they build some history around the last 3 movies and start expanding on it, something could come out of it where suddenly 10 years down the line we might say, well, that all makes sense now. They want bad movies. But somehow I don't think that's going to happen, is it, really? You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen, is it? No. Well, I mean, that's a hope. There is a slight possibility in there. I mean, there is a chance. Oh, yeah. Filoni and Favreau are the future of Star Wars. Totally, utterly, they are the future. Definitely. Mike Bear. I'm a big fan of Favreau. I thought he was great in Marvel movies. I loved him in Spider-Man. He was great in that. Great in Iron Man. He's a good actor, but I mean, he is so in love with Star Wars, though. And you see, Star Wars, Star Wars, it's what's interesting about it. It's not just films to us, is it? It means a lot more, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? We have this like love for it, don't we? I know it's not weird. It's like Star Trek, isn't it? You've got this love for it, and you don't want it to be. How would you say? You don't want it. Oh, you don't want it spoiled. And it's not about being a purist or hardcore fan or anything like that. I think because, when I went to see Star Wars when I was a kid, it blew me away. It changed my life, to be honest. Well, like, for the first time, none of these cheesy special effects you got in movies. When Star Wars came along, it was a whole different ball game, wasn't it? And it blew you out of the water, And I say, when I was a kid, I was taken off to another galaxy far, far away. And it never left my mind. You know what I mean? All the toys, everything that came with it. You had this incredible love for it. And then suddenly, like today, like I'm not being negative or all like that, but today you got everything like you love has now been taken apart. Right, I get that things are not going to be the same as what you saw when we were younger. But then the counter argument is when I watched The Mandalorian, I got the feelings of the old Star Wars. I did when he walks into that room, I would take him back to that cinema again. As our that when Luke Skywalker walks onto that Death Star with Emperor, dressed in black and he were all like that. It was just a whole different. You got that. It came back. That's why I mean, people were in tears. Did you see Facebook after Mandalorian? Did you see Facebook? It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then we've got Doctor Who, and you won't get nothing off that. Absolutely nothing. With Doctor Who. Because I know, I'm hoping on New Year's Day that Doctor Who's going to be good. So I'm sat on the fence at the moment with Doctor Who. Mike, hang on. Mike, I I do, mate. Absolutely think he's awesome. I don't think Disney film will have the longevity or is rewatchable. You can't polish a turd, but you can spray a turd, but you can spray it. Do you know what I mean? There could be a chance. I mean, personally, I'd rather have them erase the last three films. Or say that was set in another dimension or something. Do you know what I mean? For me, Star Wars started when Luke Skywalker walked into that bridge. I wanted to go from there. From that moment, I wanted to follow Luke Skywalker back to wherever he was going with Baby Yoda and see what was going on. That could have been Star Wars for me. Start from there. That moment is where you start. The Book of Boba Fett has just been confirmed while you've been streaming. I sent you a graphic. Thank you very much. I will check that out, my friend. This age argument is crap. Star Wars works because my parents liked it when I was a kid. I like Star Wars now, not as a memory of childhood. Well, I know a lot of people feel that way, but a lot of people, it takes them back to that. It's a good feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why a lot of people like it. I agree. But I've always said for everything gets recreated, it's never going to be the same. But if they can touch on something that made it decent back then they can make it decent now. You know, when Luke Skywalker walked in, that's where I would have liked to have carried on. I'd like to. That's where Star Wars should have started for me. When these sequels came, and the fucking awful sequels we had to sit through, when these came along, when Luke Skywalker walked on that bridge, for me, I could have had a Luke Skywalker series, knowing where's he going, what's happening, what's going on in the first 5 years after the fall of the Empire, and what's happening on Coruscant, what is going on with the characters. That's what you want to know. Martin, you are utterly delusional. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All hail the Empire. Right then, guys, that's me, and my amazing rant is over and done with. And I'm going to say, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Yes, I will be on. I should be on after Doctor Who, actually. I might come on for an hour over Doctor Who. Yeah, there will be some stuff uploaded this week. I'm going to do a sci-fi tour of my house later this week, because I've been asked, some people want to see what I've got. So I will be doing that this week. And apart from that, I've enjoyed this stream. I've been on nearly an hour. And I will say Merry Christmas to you all, guys. And please stay safe. And yeah, happy. Well, do I say Happy New Year? No, I'm going to do it. For this is the way. And thank you for calling me delusional, Pete. I find that as a compliment, especially coming from you. You know, so I'm very happy you've made my day with that. So I want you to watch Star Trek Discovery this week. I want you to get into the portal of time, and I want you to love it. You know, because I can't stand the fucking thing. Right, I will catch up with messages from people later this week, and I've enjoyed this stream. I know it's been early today, but I've got things to do. And yes, next live show will be for Doctor Who, and I've got a feeling we're going to be ripping that apart. So, Merry Christmas, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.